What's happening, guys? This is Bharat Nagpal and welcome to our next edition of Let's Talk Shop. And we've been talking to a lot of people, and it's, usually easier to speak to the President or the Prime Minister of India, but speaking to this guy has taken some time. We are sitting here with Mr. Asim Wasi, and he heads Samsung Mobile in India, and we're going to speak to him about how Samsung runs shop in India. Hi Asim, are you ready to talk shop?
Absolutely, but don't believe the first part that he just said.
Okay, so let's start off with your new device. The Tab S is all the hype right now. So tell me what's great in this tablet and why are you guys so excited about this?
I believe this is the single best tablet out there in the marketplace, and there are reasons for that. And we're extremely excited about it and eager to get it out into the market. If you look at this device, Bharat, this of course is the cover that it comes with. This device is got a very vivid, very powerful display. In this category, we are pleased to tell you that there is no other tablet in the industry which has a display that is that vivid. This vividness is born out of certain insights.
Right.
We do find out through research that our consumers or consumers of tablet at large, what do they do with it? They consume a lot of video. Earlier there were other content types they were consuming, but over time it's hugely skewed towards video. And it's not just short and snack video, but it's really long and immersive video. It could be HD video, movies, YouTube streaming and the likes. If that be true, what better than getting consumers the best experience in visual clarity and immersion. So we take that insight and we use our own strengths, which is Super AMOLED.
Right.
And therefore the first Super AMOLED tab is born. So that's the most in your face and the first striking factor about this device. I would add to that there are several other things, namely the sheer form factor and the look and feel and the slimness of this device, as you can see for yourself. It's all of 6.6 millimeters slim. Right. And in terms of weight, it's extremely light. Right. It's amongst the lightest tablets out there in the marketplace. We will launch in two variants. One is a 10.5-inch variant. The other is an 8.4-inch variant. Tremendous hardware stack. I won't get into that, but suffice to say that it's really powered with the best engine under the hood here, and great battery to boot. Lot of playback time for HD video quality. Last but not the least, for this kind of a tablet and this kind of viewing experience and video per se, immense communication capability this device comes with. All kinds of communication protocols built into this one.
Right.
So all in all, it's a powerhouse. The most striking part of it to me, and I'm really excited about it, getting it into India, is an unprecedented display and visual and immersive experience.
So Samsung has gone with a more premium look overall.
Most definitely.
Throughout the year. Okay, so I see you're wearing the new Galaxy Gear Fit.
That's right.
Or the Galaxy, sorry, it's not the Galaxy, it's the Gear Fit, right?
It's the Gear Fit.
Yeah, so
right.
I see that, are you into fitness? Are you using this to its full potential?
I use it to its part potential, so I'm into a different interest area. Semi-fitness, but that's got a lot to do with heart rate sensing.
Okay.
And I probably check my heart rate out once too often in the day, and people keep wondering, why are you checking your heart rate all the time? Okay. So, well, yes, I do use it beyond the time and the smart functionalities that it comes with. Right. For its fitness features, great device.
So Samsung has suddenly gone into wearables, and the Google Android Wear version of your device has also gone online yesterday. Yeah. Are we going to see a lot more from Samsung in terms of wearables? Are you guys heavily invested into it, or is it just a one-off thing?
You'll have to watch this space. That's all I can tell you right now.
Okay.
And suffice to add that there'll be a lot of more excitement in the wearable space coming.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So a lot of people have been asking us questions. So our job is to bring those questions to you guys. So the first question that all of our viewers have been asking us, and ever so frequently, is that why has Samsung stuck on with Exynos for the Indian market? Why do we only see Exynos chipset? And why is 4G being neglected for people who want to buy a phone, want to travel abroad, XYZ, whatever their reasons may be, just because they want 4G? Why has that been left out in your devices?
So it's interrelated. We can well get out the LTE devices. By design, we've waited for the right moment to launch these LTE devices. And I might add here that this device that you see right here is our first LTE ready device that we're getting. There is a slew of smartphones on the anvil also, which will be LTE capable.
Right.
Having said that, the question 1 and 2 that you just posed are kind of interlinked. The non-LTE devices play on Exynos, and Exynos plays just fine.
All right.
Let me assure you about that. So that's been the interlinkage, but soon enough you will see a lot of LTE devices, and secondary and a corollary to that is therefore different chipsets will come in. Yeah.
So, or will we see options as well, or will it be just then when you see LTE devices, we'll see the different chipset, or will we get an Exynos and a, say, Qualcomm?
That's still in formative stages as to how we're going to play it. So we'll have to get back as to how we play that part. Is it going to be a dual 3G come LTE strategy?
Okay.
But LTE for sure, and you're going to see a slew of a lot of our top devices coming on that platform.
Okay. So the second or the third thing that people constantly ask us is why Samsung is stuck to plastic in their devices, but we see that the Tab S has a bunch of metal on there. So is that about to change soon?
Again, I'll say just watch this space for more, and it's going to be about what consumers really want, and that's what they're going to get from Samsung.
Okay.
I can assure you.
What do we see going forward in terms of Samsung's strategy? We've heard that it's been sort of a tough year this year. Is that true? And are we seeing some changes happening with the company? What is going on? Because we've seen a completely different take on marketing the products. The S5, for example, was a mature upgrade to the S4. No frills and fancies, just hardware. So are we going to see that going forward? Are we going to see a maturer Samsung this time around?
Bharat, I'm not exactly sure of how you would define a mature Samsung, but I would say here that, we've been having a very good run overall in our business over the last few years. Let's not look at a month or a quarter, because in industry and business that's too short term a frame to look at. But if you look at the overall trend and the way we've gained business top lines, market shares, etc., both globally as well as here in India, it's been a great run. There is no reason or issue of worry or concern in that sense. Having said that, this year of 2014 has also been about one big launch from our side, S5, and that's recently launched in our overall lifespan. That's a recent launch. There's much more on the S5 story that we will unfurl and take this product to bigger strengths. So there's a lot of more action and meat packed over there. And while that S5 holds its pinnacle place in our portfolio, we're a full range player.
Right.
And we straddle the smartphone segment at 5,000 rupees as well, from 50 to 5. And then we are also a feature phone range player, and our range offering in feature phone starts at actually 1,000 rupees as well. So we'll continue focusing and building relevance for each user group in each segment with relevant impact or difference that we'd like to make to consumers, Samsung consumers' lives.
Everyone has now suddenly started to focus on software updates. Android KitKat based phones starting to come out. Some of your flagship phones already came with Android KitKat out of the box. So how important is that? I mean, giving software updates, I mean, you guys have a huge line of devices, every segment, every category. Is that why it takes time for software updates to roll out, because you have such a huge portfolio? Or some devices get it later, some devices get it early? I mean, there's a bit of confusion. I understand that software updates has become important, but how important is it?
So, software and currency of software has been paramount to us from the time we got into the smartphone business. Upgrades have been a way of our portfolios and life cycle of our models.
Right.
So all our models are forward integrable. So we ensure that as well. So consumers either buy the latest, or if the newer version comes, the device from Samsung that they're using are eminently upgradable.
Okay, perfect. So let's talk about social media. You said that marketing is very important. How important is social media become today for a company like Samsung, or the kind of conversations people have online? How important is it?
I'll put it this way. You will not succeed in marketing if social is not a cornerstone of your strategy.
Okay.
It's that important. Particularly for the category we sit in, which is technology, which is a lot to do with research, comparisons, reviews, and really a lot of online pre-purchase decisioning that happens in this category. All the more reason extremely important. So all facets of digital, and especially social, extremely important.
Fantastic. So we are sitting in Samsung's office in Gurgaon, and it's a large infrastructural building. They have about 4 or 5 floors in this building that are fully functional. What is it like to work in a place like Samsung? I mean, we've heard of inside stories of how everything is military precision, everything's to the dot. It's very scary to work in an organization like Samsung. Is that true?
I don't know about all these adjectives in one breath, whether it's scary and military precision. I would definitely say that I've been here now myself for over 9 years.
Okay.
And I have been in the product marketing piece of the mobile business practically most of these 9 years, or all of these 9 years. And if I had to wind the clock back and start all over again, I would. Because it's been the most thrilling and rewarding experience. And I can just say that, you know, we've been able to, as a team, I wouldn't speak about myself as an individual, but as an organization, as a force that Samsung built itself to be, and I definitely was a constituent member of that force over these 9 years. We have been able to do what many corporations take a few decades to do.
Right.
So if you go back in the mobility space a few years ago, and I'm talking not too far, I'm saying let's say 5 years ago or 6 years ago, you would have seen Samsung as a distant, low single-digit market share, number 4 player in the Indian market.
I remember that.
We were in the boondocks, if I may say. And but then, as they say, what happened successively, and I think it's a team and it's an organization and it's a great culture that let that breed and let that happen, that we were able to really turn the tables. And we've covered a long distance. We have been for the last 2 years and more the dominant player in the Indian market.
Right.
We have been the front runner in the last, especially in the last 5-7 years, if you look at it, in getting out new experiences, new technologies, new form factors. We evangelized the touchscreen space, the dual SIM space, a lot of things we did and we continue to do. You saw that born out of the way we built our brand and we marketed our brand, and you know, our tagline used to be at that time, next is what.
Right.
And that really epitomized what Samsung stood for. We were about innovation, energy and excitement.
Okay.
And we continue to be that. So if I take all of that and again come back specifically to your question, it's been great working here.
Okay.
And I would repeat this again if I could. And the culture is not about military precision, I think it's nuclear precision.
Okay.
And it's great fun.
Okay.
It's not at all daunting or scary.
Okay.
You got to have a lot of energy, speed and capability to adapt, shift gears, reset objectives,
Okay.
plans, move. If you have that, it's great fun.
Awesome. You said that it's nuclear precision. So if I talk about the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, will I get some nuclear threats?
You'll get nuclear advantages, which we'll speak about later.
Okay.
But having said that, we have no guidance on that product right now. And
of course, I
you
believe
will
you.
see it at an opportune
I
time.
completely believe you. Okay, so this one thing that we ask.
I'll put it differently. We have
Okay.
no guidance to share at least.
That I am ready to agree with. Okay, so there is this one thing that we talk about always, is that everyone who's starting out, starting a new venture, starting a new job, or just getting out of college, wants to know how or what it takes to get from there to where you sit today. What is your one line of advice or your one piece of advice you would like to give to them?
One line, have a lot of energy, aggression and positivity. Nothing less than that. And it'll help you.
Perfect. Okay, fantastic. So there you heard it directly from the horse's mouth. A very difficult man to get in touch with, but he did get in touch with us, or we got in touch with him. Either way, this is Samsung's story, or the way they run shop here in India, and they're here to stay with software updates for your products, and sneaky metal products coming in the pipeline is what he hasn't said, but there was some conversation about that. Thank you guys. Thank you, Asim, for sitting with us on Talk Shop.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, Bharat.